Hi everybody! Lots of my petrolhead friends have already asked me what's it like to drive a car in Thailand, if it's a manageable challenge or if I would advise against it. So in this video we will take my Mercedes 280 TE station wagon on a ride and I will explain a few oddities of Thai traffic. And at the end of this video you can probably make an informed decision for yourself. Of course, in Thailand you drive on the left, cars are right-hand drive, so you shift the gears with the left hand unless you have an automatic like Benz. Also, the Thai language has its lovely own letters and not all Thai road signs are bilingual as this one here, but all of that is not really a problem after a while. Probably nowhere in the world every driver strictly follows all the traffic rules, but here in Thailand this disrespect of traffic rules seems to be very widespread. Before I tell you my personal observations, I want to make absolutely clear that I don't claim to know any official Thai traffic rules and I don't accept any responsibilities or liabilities for any mistakes which might be in my following compilation. After this very important official disclaimer, let's start with a few examples now. Motorbikes driving against the traffic. German language has a good name for them, Geisterfahrer, literally translated ghost riders. Of course, it's illegal to drive against the traffic, even here in Thailand, but you can see it everywhere. Worst constellation is at night without lights. Yes, that really happens. In Thailand, it's absolutely common for motorbikes to overtake on the left side, and that is the curb side. They even do that without any lane on the left. So it's good to always be prepared that they come very close and that they suddenly might weave in your lane. You can often see drivers jumping a red light. So if you have a green light, it's always better to watch out for others who might cross your way, especially when the lights have just turned green for yourself. Especially traffic lights for pedestrian crossings seem to be very reluctantly accepted, and so it's probably needless to say that pedestrian crossings without traffic lights are usually completely ignored. But there is one completely legal situation to run a red light. That's when you are turning left and a sign indicates turn left with care or alternatively straight with care. This means if you don't get into conflict with any car that has a green light, you can go. Unfortunately, some drivers don't catch this limitation. If you see branches on the road, it's probably not storm damage, but there is an accident or a broken vehicle ahead. Thais usually don't use warning triangles, but just branches on the road. So it's better to be very cautious if you see some of them on the road. Of course, the scene with my Mercedes is just staged because a W123 Benz doesn't know any breakdowns. Other than you might expect, Thais rarely use the horn. If you have seen traffic in other Asian countries like India, where you can permanently hear a multitude of honking motorists, this reluctance is surprising. The reason for this might be that Thais don't want to be embarrassed.
Not allowed to park here. Voll Idioten, echt.
Better don't use the horn unless it's an emergency, because it's easily considered offensive. It's an oddity of Thai traffic that you can often see people on the cargo area of pickups and trucks. That's not a problem for you, but it's better not to imagine what happens in case of an accident. It's also not unusual to see 3, 4 or even 5 people riding on one motorbike. The next issue is really tricky. If someone flashes the light, this means go out of my way. Let's say you wait at an intersection and want to turn into the main road, or you are in a narrow road with oncoming traffic. If the other car flashes the light, then do not expect that they stop for you. You are supposed to stop. This is really important to know because in some other countries like Germany, flashing the headlight might also indicate the exact opposite. An invitation to merge into the main road or an offer to go first in a narrow section of the road. But if a Thai driver wants to be kind and stop for you to let you turn into the main road, they would use the hazard light. That isn't just a sign for you to carefully start going, but also a sign for any motorbikes behind that car that they should not recklessly overtake him and crash into your car. Although you cannot be sure that all motorbike drivers will care, it's better to watch out for overtaking motorbikes in such a case. There is a clever system if cars turn from a small road into a major road with heavy traffic. You can often see them moving into the major road bit by bit until the traffic flow in the major road comes to a halt because of an anxious driver, or maybe also because of just a friendly driver. In this case, not just one vehicle from the small road, but absolutely all vehicles from this road will now move into the main road without stopping. It looks like the official right-of-way has been waived and changed. On multi-lane roads and highways, you will often find U-turns instead of normal intersections. This means waiting for a gap in the oncoming traffic, which can be quite fast, and as soon as you find a gap, accelerate quickly that you don't hamper the other cars. The bigger concern is others doing a U-turn while you are part of the oncoming traffic, so it's always good to be prepared to slam on the brakes if you see others waiting at a U-turn ahead. But there is one thing that is really tricky. U-turns often have designated lanes, but it's not unusual that exactly these lanes are finally blocked and drivers who trusted the road markings are trapped, unless they are small like a bike. My advice would be never 100% trust road markings in Thailand. It's usual that bikes overtake cars which wait at a red light and take the pole position in the first row at traffic lights. That's okay and even intended. There are even marked areas directly in front of the traffic lights which are reserved for bikes. If bikes turn from small roads or even from a private property into the main road, they usually won't stop for traffic on the main road. They will expect that other motorists on the main road move towards the middle of the road so that there is additional space for their bike. Gas stations are always serviced. If you don't drive an old Benz with sluggish filler cap, it's an easy and fast procedure. But it's good to know that in Thailand it's a common habit to choose an amount of Thai baht to fill up, let's say 1000 baht, rather than filling the tank up completely. It seems that Thais prefer the easy transaction with big notes instead of fiddling with small coins of change. Speed limits are often ignored, at least here in Phuket, with the result that there are many drivers speeding and unfortunately also tailgating. At this time I am driving the indicated 60 km per hour and you can easily see what the others do, including the trucks. In general, you better get used to vehicles not keeping their lanes, moving from one to the other lane, driving between two lanes, overtaking both sides, overtaking on the bike or parking lane, or heavily cutting corners. Unfortunately, all of that is more or less normal and it's better to relax and ignore it. There is just one situation when I usually lose my temper. That's when cars use the parking lane to bypass a traffic jam, just to weave back into the main lane a few meters further ahead. In other countries, people would probably complain about such a behavior and express their resentment with the horn. Not so in Thailand. It seems okay, or at least not worth to bother. Usually you don't find signs that clearly show who has the right of way. As long as there is one major road and a smaller road, you can make an educated guess, which is usually correct. But if roads have similar size and traffic, it can become confusing. Red and white stripes along the road mean no parking. Main roads and highways are usually good to drive in Thailand. Smaller roads can be a headache, and there is one main reason for that: speed bumps. Roads in and between villages are often littered with speed bumps every 50 meters. I know that's the only way here to prevent speeding, but it's extremely annoying after a while. In Europe, drivers often switch on the headlights in every situation other than bright sunshine. Here in Thailand, many drivers are very reluctant to use their lights, even at the dusk or in heavy rain. Why? Never, really never ask why. Well, that was my random list of observations in Thai traffic. What could be the conclusion after several years of driving here in this country? Yes, you can drive in Thailand. It is possible as long as you drive defensively. Stay relaxed, watch out twice as careful and twice as often as you would do in your home country, and maybe enjoy that no one else will bother about your own driving mistakes. Thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and share the video with your friends who maybe have plans to travel to Thailand. I would be very curious to know what you think about driving in Thailand, and if you maybe know other oddities in Thai traffic which I forgot to mention. Please tell us all in the comments below. See you next time, and always drive carefully.